You got to have a concept. You have a great concept. You guys are doing it, man, and it's an honor for me to just be, a small rock, man, in your mountain. I'm gonna pop a top in your honor.
Mr. Doc Walker blessed us with his presence, and now
we want to welcome in our next special guest, Haley Skarupa. She's a three-time world champion in women's ice hockey and most recently won Olympic gold with Team USA.
The Caps Stadium Series is definitely my favorite, obviously. I'm a huge Caps fan, I always have been, and to be there at that game with my teammates and for us to bring, our gold medals to there and share it with everyone in this area was really, really special for me, and just the support and it's been tremendous from everyone in this area, and you can feel that there at that game.
Welcome to Sports on the Hill podcast. Hashtag DC Sports Without the Politics with Carol and Robbie on True Radio Network.
All right, and welcome. I think I've got the audio working okay. Sorry about that. We are live. And joining us live, we got Sith in Twitch chat. Sith says, someone asked me to rewatch Friday the 13th Part 8 on Friday. How about no? That's hilarious. Well, welcome on, Sith. Welcome on in. A lot of people are lurking and watching, and it's starting to become a known thing. This is our Wednesday edit streams. So this is episode 5 that we've done this season, where we showcase different edits that we're working on. We talk about live projects, things that we're doing, things that happened on the podcast. We're live watching the Olympics as well. But welcome on in, everybody. Thank you for joining us. I usually try to start around 12:30. Today is a little bit of a later start. I was doing a crock pot and preparing for the dinner and stuff like that. I realized I guess I can move chat and people can follow me around and I can show off different parts of things, which I don't really usually do, but it could. So I was working on a crock pot. I could show it live on air, and hope that you guys have had a good lunch or dinner and stuff like that. So this is what I was working on there. It's looking pretty good. I realized we could technically stream from anywhere in my house. My entire stream setup is a wireless setup. We use a laptop to live stream, and then we send people, I feel like people might not always have seen, so if you go down my stairs, you actually get a cool, different works of art. Anyway, and we go straight down from the upstairs right into the man cave, which is where my studio is. So the studio is live right now. You can see we've got some Olympics right there, and you can see myself. I've got a complicated setup right now. I brought out extra computers and iPads so I can watch chat. And stuff like that. Sith says, Crockpot, greatest kitchen tool ever. Yes, I agree. And, there's a Chatot in chat. Poca Catch Ultra Ball. Let's see if I can catch up before it's gone. Chatot is a musical Pokemon. Cool Pokemon. It's cool. We're not doing the podcast. I can actually talk about Pokemon and other topics as well. And the last second catch, I caught the catch. So, you can play Pokemon if you're playing on Twitch. You can also make things interactive, make ghosts appear, and use redeems and other stuff as well. All videos are stored live on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/RobbieGross. You can also check all the live updates and videos I post. I don't do a Discord, so I keep everyone up to date on Instagram, instagram.com/ and it's the same as it is on Twitch, RobbieG_SportsOTHP. And obviously on my Facebook page, I do go live for when we do these, and I go live from the Sports on the Hill podcast page when we do the podcast. This week's podcast was great. Episode 401. Sith was a part of it. We had a great time. We live watched Olympics. We talked about a myriad of different topics, including the Super Bowl and the halftime show. We also talk in the first hour. We had our hockey roundtable. We had an extra large hockey roundtable. We even had someone live in studio. Benson was able to come both to the Super Bowl. Champ was here as well, and then also he was at the hockey game last week, so he recapped that as part of our hockey talk. We had C4 and Gil breaking it down as always. Next week we're hoping to have Janaea and Anna back talking about these Olympics as well. Lots of exciting stuff. Team Canada looks stacked. Tom Wilson and LT from the Capitals are both on Team Canada, so I'm actually rooting for Team Canada in their group, rooting for Team USA in theirs, and then Slovakia in their group, because Martin Ferrari, our defensive player, is actually the alternate captain for Slovakia. So some exciting stuff going on right now in that. Actually, how's that game going? I was watching that one earlier. It might be over now. Slovakia score hockey. Let's see. We're gonna see right here. Oh, it's still going on live right now. Actually, on a different. I forgot that that's not on network TV. You have to watch that on the app. Right now, Slovakia is beating Finland 4-1 in that live goal scoring update. Sith is still TBD for Monday night. He usually decides day of the show. That's totally fine. Yeah, it's really gonna be primarily a Olympic special talking about some of the early round games for the men's and for the women's side. USA crushed Canada in their preliminary match, which is just going to make Canada angry for when the rematch happens in the inevitable gold medal match. So, Gil was sending gifts about now we've awakened a sleeping giant. Though I do think that Team USA is a better team this year, but of course Canada could beat us in the gold. Team USA did win the last Olympic one. We had Haley Skarupa live on air, talking about that. Well, actually, no, she was the one. Was it 8 years ago? Yeah, I guess she would have been 8 years ago. But we have had a women Olympic hockey player on the show before for Team USA. I've actually gotten to wear that gold medal before, which is pretty darn cool. I'm happy that those were 2 goals in my life, is to hold a hockey gold medal and also the Stanley Cup. And I've gotten to do both of those during this podcast. This podcast has lasted 10 years. We just celebrated 400 a couple weeks ago. And you can always catch that on whatever streaming platform you're watching this on right now on Mondays at 9. Interesting. He might pop on to shoot on Nationals TV. I was hoping that Monumental would get the rights to Nats, but no avail. I didn't even know that had been announced yet. So, Sith, breaking news to me. That is a bummer. I was hoping Monumental would get it, and it's a big loss for sure in that. But yeah, we can talk about anything we want to talk about, but usually what I do on this show is we do an edits, and so let me see if I can pull up Final Cut here, and I'm going to try to change to a different editing thing. Maybe this view is better, and let me adjust this. Sorry, there's a lot of pop-ups right now. Close that and moving this. Alright, I think you should be able to see everything there right now. I've been working a lot on this this dive, and we're on if you're keeping track live with us, the last one we did was the night dive, which we released, so you can see that one here. So that is the most recent video to be released on the channel. So if you go to our scuba channel on YouTube, Grow Scuba, you can go check out the full-length video there. A lot of our shorts have been doing really well. For some reason, the last 2 shorts never seeded, but YouTube is weird with algorithms. It's really hard to tell what's going to happen on that. Nats are going to go through Nationals TV, $100 a year. I'm digging to see if people will get it via cable, YouTube TV, satellite, etc. Interesting to see. Yeah, the Nationals might be see who they can partner with that. All right, so I'm going to grab all of this text right here because I'm going to need it in a second anyway, and then we're going to go. All right, let's go to our new day dive. We have a new timeline that we've created, which is this one. And I've been working really hard to get this into a pretty good place. I think it might be nearly done. I do have to add some titles into it, so I'm just putting in the template right now for that. So we got to change some of this text here. So I'm going to pull up my dive notes, and we're going to pull in some different text files real quickly, and boom, and so I am going to double check that this is the spelling of the dive site. The Wreck of the Doc Paulson. All right, we're going to just call it that because that's a cool badass name. So we're going to call this and we're going to edit this file right there. Paulson slash. What was the name of? It was Marty's Wall. Is that how? Anyway, knife and Marty's Wall. Nice. There we go. And grab that file and bring that over here. So, there's 2 dive sites there. It's funny, our dive master was like, we're going to go stay shallow. And then he took us to this awesome wall, and suddenly we're at 100 feet. Luckily, we're all very advanced divers, and so we were fine with that, but that was just kind of funny. But then we go, we see this really awesome eagle ray, and then we get to this epic wreck. And so let me reveal in Finder this audio clip, because we want to title it correctly. And we grab that from the metadata, and we go into here, and we edit that. All right. So, I guess we're gonna just name it the exact same thing: the Wreck of the Doc Paulson, Marty's Wall. So we're just going to use that as the name of the dive site. So we went on a night dive, and then I got very sick, so I didn't get to go on the next dive day. So there was a 2-tank dive for that, and I didn't get to go on that, unfortunately. So this is my 8th dive, but it's technically my wife's 10th dive. And who's my dive buddy, obviously, for this. So it's different numbering. She did videotape the dives I didn't go on, and that'll be a bonus appendix video to this. I think I'm gonna take this off. I think I did all of the shots in this video. So yeah, all right. I kind of want this text to last a little bit longer. And maybe I cut in a little in here. And I need to start it just a moment later. So I know that is the natural audio, but I'm going to take this and detach the audio and lower that a lot. And then we're going to... play this, detach this audio, and also lower this part. Maybe I just make it dramatic and I pull out these a little bit. There's some visual glitch there. for a second. But hey, thanks everyone for watching and being a part of this. I'm going to just play this probably through and eat a little bit of my lunch. And we're going to just analyze it and see how what we think about it. I just was letting it render real fast, those title cards. So we'll see how that goes. So, but if anyone has any questions, they can always feel free to shoot a question. I know on Facebook, the permissions are weird, so I don't see the questions till later. Welcome on in, the Stream Scribe. Thank you for lurking. I appreciate you. Yeah. Let me just, let's see. All right, we're good to go. All right, I'm going to do this full screen so that way you can see as big as possible. Pokemon in chat if people actually want to catch a Poliwag. So this is the Eagle Ray, which is kind of the culmination of this movie, at least of the first part. transition right there. God, this ship, the Doc Paulson, just incredible stuff. It's a shallow wreck, so the lighting is so much better, and you can get some incredible visuals from it. Alright, we're going to pause for a second. So that is basically Act 1. This video has 2 acts in it, and that's kind of the end of Act 1. You're leading to the shipwreck, and then we're going to go into it. It's kind of Act 2, if you will. And then I do want to grab this song tag because we are going to switch songs. And this one, I'm going to grab the metadata from this, reveal in the browser, reveal in Finder, and I'm going to grab the metadata from this song. So this song is Flight from the album Still, and what's cool is he just released this album. So this is going to be one of the very first music videos that ever get to feature this Dan Tremblay song. It's a piano piece. It's got a little bit of a haunting sound to it and uplifting. The original song I picked for the second act was just too dark, and it did not truly reflect the mood, I think, of the piece. But when I heard this song, and it's the first track of this new album Still, I just thought, man, it's so perfect. And so I haven't even told him that I'm going to use this song instead, but this one is so great. And so I'm going to play this for you guys now. Sort of Act 2 with the song Flight. Sorry, I'm just letting it render real quickly. So while it's rendering, I will continue to eat. But yeah, it's fun to be here with you guys. We got about 30 more minutes left of this stream. I'm going to walk through the second half of this. We're going to make any final tweaks we've got to it. And then we're going to take a look at some ideas I have for some Instagram reels and some shorts. And then we should be done. And then we'll raid into a friend. I'm excited. I have a bunch of friends that are on right now. Some that are doing charity streams, some that are good music friends of mine, some and others too. So I'm excited to do a little raid here. I didn't do a raid during the stream earlier this week, so I hope that people are able to stay tuned and just even say hi for a second afterwards. It's always a nice boost to the streamer. It's a cool way for you to maybe meet somebody new. If you're live here on Twitch, if you're watching on YouTube after the fact, thank you for tuning into the behind the scenes of making this video. All right, Flight was about to take flight, and that's kind of the nickname for this video for Act 2. So this video was shot in full, which is square, and it gives me a lot of extra headroom and tailroom that I can dip into and move using keyframes, which is nice. But obviously 4K videos and what you're watching on TV is a very specific aspect ratio, which is why I'm doing it in a standard widescreen format. But I think that a lot of shots from this wreck look amazing in square. So I'm actually thinking about doing either an Instagram reel or a YouTube short form video in the square format and loading that up and showing people what that looks like, because there's so much cool visual room that's extra that happens above and below that you're missing out on this horizontal swatch. So I made one square video. It did really well on my regular YouTube channel, youtube.com/RobbieGross. So I thought maybe I might try that again. So something we might work on. dad. And some of the movies I feature his photography. This one I felt like it was tailing long already, and then adding his beautiful photography would even slow it down more. So I think the next video I do is really going to try to feature some more of his photography in it. So that's sort of the plan for that'll be a shorter video. So we've done a bunch of longer ones in a row, so that'll be kind of a palate cleanser, shorter video, just a lot of beautiful fish and some of his pictures. And so that'll be the video that we work on next. Maybe that'll be next week's project on this video edit show. I love this barracuda shot going through this this wreck together. This is my favorite shot. Like, this square looks amazing. Hold on, let me see if I can actually show it to you guys what I'm talking about. Because this original reveal in browser is just like, I want to take pictures of that, like stills, and like hang that on a wall. Like, that's one of the coolest photographs, if I could call it that, as a still as this, that I've been able to do underwater. So I kind of just want to make a square video of just this to throw up there also, because you lose so much with the extra. There's so much above and below that you're missing when you do that, when you cut it. But it's still a beautiful shot. I mean, I still love it. I'm gonna keep it, but it's just missing data. I love this shot because when it starts off, it's here, and you basically see this giant piece of machinery and these bubbles and all this coral life. But as you get into it, it's sort of like a mind's eye where this fish that I'm actually targeting on comes into focus. It's a beautiful gray angel. Great. And then you start to see the fish behind it, and it's just crazy. It sucks that this moment is so far into this video, because I think so many people don't have the attention span and will check out before they ever get that far. And so, I was starting to make shorts of different parts, but lately those haven't been doing as well, so I just don't want to overdo it with shorts, but that's just such a great moment that I love. I also love this moment of this gray helping you find... Alright, so you find the lobster as part of that shot, which is a callback to the lobster earlier in the video. Oh, another water type Pokemon. That's true. Welcome on in, Benson. Interested Panda, one of my good friends, Benson, also has played Mario Tennis games with me since N64 days. There is a new Mario Tennis game coming out tomorrow. I don't know. I'm trying to decide. I don't have a lot. I need to get a new... I need to get a memory stick for my Switch because I've now run out of space with all my digital downloads. But I'm thinking about maybe getting it as a cartridge. I know that I usually always download that game. I already have Mario Tennis downloaded for the Switch on it. So I guess I could delete to save space, but once I have this. But I think about getting the cartridge, Benson. What are your thoughts on getting the cartridge for a game like that? I only have one Switch cartridge, and I have like 6 or 7 Switch games. The only cartridge I have, I think, is the Mario Kart one. But yeah, no, it is an actual cartridge instead of a. So that's why I'm thinking about getting it because I feel like the resale value, you usually get it digital because you're never ever gonna trade it in. Yeah, that's true. Do you think it's worth me upgrading the memory now though? I don't know. I was trying to wait for it to come down in price. But I don't know. I've downloaded so many games. The problem is like some games like Madden take up so much space. Nice. Batman PO5. For sure, actual cartridges over digital. Yeah. So, Matt, the yeah, they are going to go down in price. That's what I'm saying. In the short term, I mean, if it's, I don't know. I don't know. But I think Matt actually works with Benson, which is kind of funny. And or no, maybe, yeah, I think that's right. And feel free to catch Pokemon in chat. We've had some water Pokemon, which is kind of cool for the water streams. But welcome on in. My goodness, you can also delete games, That's true. That is very true. I could delete games. The problem is it's 10 gigs of space for that game. So I need to clean off a lot of space. But I'm trying to remember if I have Mortal Kombat installed on that, because if I do, that game, even if you have the cartridge, still is like a crazy amount of space. Actually, I'm gonna grab my Switch. Hold on a second. It wasn't where I thought it was. I think it's upstairs. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. I'll figure it out. Yeah. All right. Let's watch. So the end of this video. So right now we're on the wreck of the Doc Paulson. For people that are just tuning in now. So we started off with the dive. We went to the deep part of the a wall. We came out of that. We saw this awesome eagle ray. I think that you guys missed the eagle ray because you came in later. So I'll show you guys that real quickly. So after it goes on the sunset, we go to this wreck. So we've been going in and around this wreck, following some different fish, some barracuda through it, some awesome shots, including a really cool lobster. This really cool through the porthole that I think is like the most visually stunning part of this that I've done. I love that you can see like a butterfly faintly in there. There's like all these things. It's like as you stare at that scene longer, you get to do it. But yeah, so Walmart has a 256 for 47, a 512 for 85. Yeah, like yeah, maybe I'll just. Can you order that from online from Walmart? Maybe that's the play. I don't know. So we saw this. We chased out that thing. We saw the cool. So this is this awesome horse-eyed jack that has a hook in it, and he looks ancient. I love that shot of the school right there. I think I can tail off some of this here. Just feel it's a little jerky. I think if he just comes back. Much better. It's a much better transition. Okay, let's do that again. Same problem. Let me trim this part down just a little bit. Because I think the wreck's cool, but it's distracting. And we're telling the story of this fish. Okay. Play full screen. Much better. What's crazy, and you guys didn't see this because I'll tell you guys behind the scenes, these shots are not in order, but I shot this fish, over the last 15 minutes of it, a lot of different angles, and so I put it in order to tell a story of its journey. it's interesting when editing, you can tell a story visually that's not the actual story that happened. A lot of time major movies are shot out of order. In fact, most of the time they are. I usually with dive movies tell a story in order, but sometimes I like to have a playful encounter. This was a really cool fish. I shot a lot of footage of it, and so I was trying to do something a little bit different to sort of tell the story, interweaving the music and things like that. So a little bit of behind the scenes of that. There's also, for people, since we are doing a behind the scenes talk right now, there's a hidden Easter egg in the scene right here. So I always try to show this fish right here. If you can see, it's like purple and yellow. And it is called a Spanish hogfish, and it is one of Liz's favorite fish. It is seen on almost every dive Liz and I have ever gone on. And we've always seen one, and we always think, wow, that's our fish, because we're dive buddies, and we always point it out to each other. And, it's just kind of cool that if you go back and watch all of my videos in Grand Cayman, you'll probably, I think in almost every video, with the exception of maybe some of the night dives, you would find one in there. So, anyway. You saw the fish go from my dad to my mom, and that is going off. And then you see my parents going off towards the boat. And then this is a long outro. This is the longest outro I do. I figure that most people have already, unfortunately, probably tuned out by now, because at this point we are 10:24 into this. So I understand algorithms, and being in a video for this long, it would be hard. But I wanted to give something as a thank you to people that did stay, something really kind of chill and a little bit different. And so I wanted people to experience just sort of the essence of floating. It's also an Easter egg. This is my new thumbnail for the channel, Grow Scuba, and so you can see how I generated it by using that shot. I love this school that was hanging out with me. I was the only one still underwater, and it was just hanging out with me at the surface as I was doing my surface interval, which you stayed at 15 feet for like 3 minutes. And then I sped up me ascending, and so you can see the boat. And the people we were with had a drone. And so I transitioned from underwater. And that's why this song is called Flight, because at the very end of the video, it makes sense, because we actually take flight. It almost looks like they're taking flight with the sun. So... So I'll put like the end cards on top of that, so people can go to the next video. So I think that's pretty good. I think I'll add a video tag for the guy who shot the drone footage. I'm debating whether or not I put it earlier, after the filmed and edited by, when I normally do it, and say drone footage by, because then people are gonna be like, what drone footage, and maybe stay to the end. Or just put it with the drone footage at the end, as a chyron there. So I'm just debating that part of it right now. But yeah, I think that for the most part, this looks pretty good. It took a while to get it down to this. It was over 37 minutes of footage that we chopped down to 11 minutes and 27 seconds. So it's still long, but it's a third of where we started. And sometimes you have a lot of extra footage and it's not anything incredible, but this stuff I thought was really good. The IG reel. So this is an IG reel that I was working on. it's just of the wreck. And the idea would be that I would do a short of just this eagle ray, and then I might do a short of the inside here, and then a short of this fish coming into an appearance there. So those are some short ideas that I had. I'm also thinking possibly about doing a square reel of some of my favorite parts of it. So it's possibly that this video that I already have on an IG timeline, I may remap to make it square as well. So release it once tall for IG and one square for YouTube. This one's about 2 minutes and 39 seconds. I'm just going to play it and see what it looks like, and see if this could be an Instagram reel. It's a little bit longer than the other ones, but I thought it was kind of cool also. What are the odds that all the Pokemon right now are water Pokemon? They must have a water Pokemon event going on. This is crazy. All while we're doing this underwater video. Anyway, Cedra in chat if you want to catch one. Caught it, the water dragon. Anyway, so you can see there's so much vertical information that you're not getting, but there's also so much information here that you're missing, right? So that's why I'm thinking that this video would be so much better as a square video. But anyway, I'm going to keep consistently on Instagram. I've kept them all vertical for this whole series, and I feel like it'd be weird for me to swap it now, but I'm trying to play every song on this album into an Instagram reel and release it for Dan as kind of like a music video compilation. Awesome. It's so long, but I love it. Yeah, people are gonna say they're gonna stay. Anyway, I was having a conversation with ChatGPT about whether or not Square is a good idea for YouTube or not. So, curious what they had to think. All right, I'm pretty happy with how all of these are coming along. So the short ideas would be this again. So the Eagle Ray is 40 seconds. And then this would be, I don't know, I'm trying to decide whether I like the dark moody one or yeah, I think I do, because that is the lead clip. Alright, play full screen. All right, I think that we're pretty good. If anyone has any last minute questions or wants to ask me any or have thoughts on any of these videos, feel free to put them in now. And if not, we're going to probably raid out here. I really thank everyone for tuning in and being a part of it. And hopefully this gives you some insight into how this dive video worked. And so the plan is actually for me to render this video hopefully tonight, and then Be live on Gross Scuba tomorrow in 4K. Usually they drop at 11:30. And then I'd like to make the Eagle Ray short on Friday afternoon as its own clip as well, also on the Gross Scuba channel. So I appreciate if you guys want to go check it out. You'll see it a little bit higher quality than you did on here. Next week we will have more Olympic adventures. We're going to talk about an Olympic special on Monday's episode of Sports on the Hill podcast. It'll be episode 402. It'll be part 2 of our Olympics coverage. We're going to do a 3-part thing. Next month, we are celebrating 10 years complete of the podcast and the end of season 10 already, which is wild. And then we're going to take 3 weeks off, and then April we'll come back with season 11, which is wild to say. But yeah, 400 episodes, over 700 videos now on our YouTube channel, so you can go check that out. Go to sportsothp.com, and you can catch all of the latest podcasts. We did post the episode 400 to podcast platforms as well, but going forward, we're going to keep the VODs pretty much up on Twitch as long as it'll allow for it, and the same thing up on the Sports on the Hill podcast Facebook page, and then on YouTube is where it lives kind of forever, and then we link over to that on sportsothp.com. Also on there, you can go check out the No Spots podcast, which Sith, who's been in chat, is a big part of. Also check out The Basement, and you can check that out there on Spotify or Apple Podcasts if you're into movies like I am and want to hear his rankings of movies and other pop culture and topics as well. But he's also half of the No Spots podcast, and they always join us to talk wrestling. They had a great wrestling segment this week. We had C4 joining us for that, and talking about the high-flying adventures and all sorts of crazy stuff going on Raw Live. So that was fun on this past episode of Sports on the Hill podcast. So yeah, and then next Wednesday, ideally we'll be back here doing another video edit. Gonna work on that quicker video that I want to do, and I'm hoping that would be a shorter dive video, yeah, so this one will be released this week. Hopefully that one will be released the following week, and we'll keep on going on this project. And I'm just going to double check right here that E flat guy is still on. Let me just see so if he's about to raid, and yeah, I'm trying to remember what time Helena Meyer's music is starting their thing. So let's just try to raid over there and join that raid if we can. Who is that E-flat guy? If people want to know more, and also grab a raid call. Yeah. So we're getting a custom raid call right about now. Oops, I forgot that. Alright, I'm gonna grab this thing. I'm gonna grab this one. Alright, I'm gonna raid now. Have a good one. Next Monday, more Sports on the Hill podcast. Next Wednesday, hopefully another edit stream. See you guys there. Thank you everyone for tuning in and being a part of this stream. Welcome on Dreaming Truth. Raid with us. And we're gonna go over to a charity raid stream with Daddy Flat Guy. But yes. But thank you for joining. You can always catch the VOD to see the video edits that we made on the new scuba video. So, talk to you guys all soon. Join us on the raid.